trust it in your source. If you like it, then it's okay. Don't do it because you want somebody else to like it. Do it because you like it. If you find it funny, then it's funny. If you doing it because somebody else said it was funny, you don't think it's funny, it's not funny. So I would say trust it in your own source. Don't be afraid to mess up. Right? Don't be afraid to mess up. You need to make mistakes. You cannot. When you took your first step, you dropped. And you dropped less the more you could carried on walking. So, and sometimes stay out of your head. Stay out of your head. It can happen to everybody. You start to doubt things because things might not be going the way that you want them to go, or you're not getting the support that you think that you should be getting. Again, to remind myself this: do not do it for validation, because you're doing it for the wrong reason. You have to do it for the love of the art and not for what you can get from it.
Yeah. Like, you see, like, everything that you do, yeah? Do you ever, like, obviously, like, set goals, or do you ever, like, have a certain, like, obviously, in terms of, like, a certain result that you like to obviously get from whatever you do? Because obviously, you see, like, all of these things that we do, yeah? Some people obviously do them for different reasons. Some people have got different motivations why they do all of these different things. Like everything that you do, because obviously, after speaking to you for a short period of time, yeah, it's very clear that you're a very, very creative woman. So all of these things that you're involved in, yeah, like, do you have like a goal in terms of like what you want to get out of them, what you would like to achieve from them?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Double down on the absolutelys. What I notice is I don't like to be too fixed. I have a goal.
Yeah.
How I get there is fluid. It's a fluid track. It's not a straight road to how I'm going to get there. Because I will also take into factor that everything happens for a reason, even if you don't know what that reason is at the time. And sometimes you have to go the hard way to get there. It's not necessarily straight away that you're just gonna get that the road is as simple as you thought it's going to be. So there are goals. I remember being 16, doing business studies for GCSEs, and God, telling my age now, so I don't do them no more. So I'm doing my business studies, and I remember saying I wanted to open a performing arts school for underage privilege, for underage children from underprivileged areas, right? And I wanted to do that by the time I was 40, right? And again, before I was going to give away my age there, I'm not doing it, right? Then a few years ago, I realised, hold on. I've been teaching in schools in disadvantaged areas for years.
Yeah.
I hit my goal just in a different way. Now, if I had been so focused on it has to be a school, it has to be my own school with my name over it, if I'd stuck to that, I might have got over-consumed with just trying to get that without realising that everything, all of the objectives of what I wanted to do, I've been doing for years.
Yeah.
I've been doing it. So, yes, to have a goal, but I also realise the goal's here. I might hop, I might run, I might zigzag, I might take a little pit stop here, but I'm going to get there.
Yeah. And I also want to say, by the way, congratulations on becoming the first Miss Curvaceous.
Thank you.
UK.
Thank you.
Very curvy indeed.
Thank you.
Looking beautiful as well. You know, like for the people that obviously don't know what that is and what that means, could you explain to us?
So many years ago, so a few years ago in 2011, so something a lot of people don't know about me, right, is I was a big girl. I was a big girl years and years ago. 15, 16 stone. I was a big girl. And I wanted to feel more confident in myself.
Okay.
And I saw this, I'd lost a little bit of weight, but I still was like, I want confidence. I want to do stuff. And I saw this competition, and it was called Miss Curvaceous. And I was like,
I fuck with the name, by the way. Curvaceous.
Curvaceous. And I was like,
For man them like me that like a thick woman, well, that shit sounds good. I can't even lie to you people.
And I thought to myself, oh, I wonder what this is. And I literally walked into that audition like I was going on America's Next Top Model, right? I was like, all right, so they have a portfolio. Let me go get some photos done. Let me go get some. So I walked in there with my little folder, my little photos, and I was like, yeah, right. I had all my different looks and stuff, and they were impressed. And then we had to do loads and loads and loads of different rounds until we got to the final. And on the day of the final, we had to walk in different designers' clothings, and then we had a talent section. And I remember just thinking, I don't want to cop out and just sing, because that's, whenever they say talent, everyone, no, let's not do that today. We're not doing that. Yeah, we are not doing that. I was like, no, we're not doing it. So I had planned to do this whole comedy piece with an Australian, an Eastern European, and myself all living in the same place at the same time in my head, right? So I had this whole thing planned out where I was like, yes, my friend, I have a story to tell. What story are you going to tell us today? Like, I had so many different accents ready to come out. I had a liver pudding. I forgot about the liver pudding. Everybody was coming out in this accent, in this piece. And on the day, they said, oh, you haven't got 3 minutes. You haven't got 4 minutes anymore. You've got 2. And I was like, that's not long enough for the punchline. That's not long enough for the punchline. So on the day, I had to work out what I was going to do. And I came up with something. And I was like, I remember saying to one of the male models backstage, I'm going to ask for someone to come up on stage. If nobody comes, I need you to run around like you were in the audience, because we're not taking shame today, right? We're not doing shame. Shame is not on the list, right? And you ain't getting in. And I didn't have to. He didn't have to do any of that, because someone ran onto stage, and it was fun. And so when it came to them calling the winner, everybody backstage was like, they're going to call your name. They're going to call your name. I'm like, no, stop it. You're being out of order, because the person who's actually going to win is going to think that you wasn't supporting them. So stop saying it's me. And then they said, and the winner is Nims. And I turned around to them. I said, see, I told you it wasn't going to be me. I told you. And they were like, they just called your name. I said, what? What? No, they didn't. They were like, Nims. They called me again. And I remember running onto stage and then composing myself just as I walked through the curtains. Like this, and just walked out like this, right?
Yeah.
And I was crowned Miss Curvaceous 2011. I was crowned the most curvaceous woman in the country in the year 2011. Whoop, whoop.
Come on, man. We have to always celebrate the victories.